A quiet shift in global energy flows just triggered a massive alarm in the credit markets. China's crude oil imports have quietly plunged to their lowest level in nearly a decade, shocking analysts who projected a rapid industrial rebound. While retail investors focus on daily crude price fluctuations, sophisticated institutional capital is pricing in a deeper economic structural realignment. This is not just a temporary supply chain hiccup or a routine seasonal variance. It is an abrupt, coordinated slowdown in domestic industrial demand coupled with severe geopolitical friction. The structural landscape of global energy is transitioning, and the market appears to be pricing in a persistent, long-term regime change. To understand the gravity of this shift, we must look at the structural giants running this market. State-backed refiners like Sinopec and PetroChina control the world's most massive processing footprint. Their core moat has always been their absolute dominance over domestic distribution networks and direct state backing, allowing them to absorb cyclical shocks. These giants turn imported crude into the high-performance fuels that power industrial China. But when the massive import engine stutters, it exposes structural vulnerabilities across their entire operating footprint. The question is no longer about temporary margin preservation, but about the long-term viability of their core refining assets. That brings us to how these businesses actually monetize their operations across their primary segments. Sinopec operates as a massive downstream refining and marketing powerhouse, making it highly sensitive to domestic consumer demand. On the other hand, PetroChina focuses heavily on upstream exploration and production, providing some insulation when crude prices are high. This structural division means their earnings profiles react very differently to massive import shocks. When domestic refining margins contract due to high crude costs and sluggish industrial demand, the entire downstream segment faces immense margin pressure, forcing a rapid strategic reassessment of capital expenditure. Here's where the financial metrics become highly concerning for global energy markets and multinational producers. The latest quarterly trade data reveals that China's crude imports fell to just over 10 million barrels per day, a level we have not seen in years. This represents a multi-year low that fundamentally alters the global supply-demand balance. For major international exporters like ExxonMobil and Saudi Aramco, this volume contraction translates directly to reduced export demand. It puts a hard cap on global oil realization prices despite building geopolitical risk premiums in transit corridors. The revenue growth trajectory for these global giants is starting to show clear signs of structural headwind. But that import drop is only part of the story. The internal financial statements of domestic refiners are showing significant margin compression. Refining margins have shrunk as local fuel demand failed to keep pace with crude acquisition costs. This structural mismatch has forced refiners to slash their utilization rates to multi-year lows, leaving expensive refining infrastructure underutilized. As operational leverage reverses, we are seeing a direct threat to near-term earnings visibility across the entire sector. The market is beginning to realize that these companies can no longer rely on volume growth to mask underlying operational inefficiencies. The next major signal comes from management's capital allocation and operating strategies. Executive teams at Sinopec and PetroChina are no longer projecting aggressive volume growth in their corporate guidance. Instead, they are prioritizing balance sheet protection and cost optimization across all business units. They are intentionally lowering refinery run rates to manage rising domestic fuel inventories and protect their cash flows. This strategic defensive posture shows that corporate leaders are bracing for a prolonged period of softer domestic consumption. The focus has clearly shifted from volume dominance to margin preservation and balance sheet resilience in an increasingly volatile environment. That defensive pivot is driving a massive shift in long-term capital allocation. Instead of expanding traditional crude refining capacity, these state giants are redirecting capital to advanced technology. They are investing heavily in petrochemical integration, high-value chemicals, and clean hydrogen infrastructure. This structural transition is designed to insulate their business models from secular shifts in transportation fuel demand. They are actively preparing for a future where traditional diesel and gasoline demand peaks much earlier than previous decade models predicted. By repositioning their capital today, they are attempting to protect their terminal value from becoming stranded assets. This brings us to the broader macroeconomic forces driving this dramatic industrial slowdown. China's rapid adoption of electric vehicles and alternative fuels is fundamentally altering domestic fuel demand patterns. Heavy-duty transport and public transit networks are quickly transitioning to liquefied natural gas and electricity. This structural change is permanently displacing diesel consumption across the country's massive logistics network. What we are seeing is not just a temporary cyclical dip, but a secular shift in energy intensity. The market appears to be underestimating how quickly this technological transition is eating into the baseline demand of the world's largest oil importer. Meanwhile, geopolitical developments in the Persian Gulf are adding massive complexity to global supply chains. Ongoing security risks in key maritime transit corridors have driven up shipping costs, transit times, and insurance premiums. This freight inflation makes importing crude increasingly expensive for Asian buyers who rely on long-haul tankers. When combined with weak domestic demand, these high input costs make importing crude commercially unviable for independent refiners. The geopolitical risk premium is effectively choking off the physical trade flows, forcing refiners to draw down domestic inventories rather than purchasing expensive seabound shipments. That leads us to a larger question regarding terminal risk for the sector. The combination of high input costs and weak domestic margins creates a serious structural trap. If global oil prices remain elevated due to geopolitical tensions, Chinese refiners cannot easily pass these costs to local consumers due to price caps. This dynamic leads to severe margin squeeze and asset underutilization. For long-term investors, this regulatory and market structure represents a persistent threat to equity returns. The risk of capital erosion in these traditional energy giants is rising as they balance national supply security with shareholder returns. Adding to this risk profile is the extreme fragility of global maritime shipping and refining logistics. The prolonged avoidance of key transit routes has forced crude tankers to take longer, more expensive journeys around the Cape of Good Hope. This structural shift in shipping routes ties up global tanker capacity for much longer periods, driving up daily charter rates. The resulting cargo delays and high freight rates act as a persistent tax on global energy trade. It reduces the operational flexibility of even the largest global energy conglomerates, making it incredibly difficult to optimize feedstock costs. Looking ahead, we must fundamentally reassess the valuation models for global energy assets. Wall Street's consensus projections may be significantly overestimating long-term demand growth from developing Asian markets. If China's import levels remain depressed, the global crude market faces a structural supply surplus that OPEC cuts cannot easily resolve. This shift would force a significant risk repricing across the entire global exploration and production landscape, impacting companies from ExxonMobil to Chevron. Investors must prepare for a lower-for-longer demand reality that will challenge current dividend sustainability and share buyback programs across the sector. Under this analytical framework, we are placing major global oil exporters on a strict trim consideration. Their current valuations do not reflect this major structural demand headwind coming from the world's largest buyer. Conversely, we are keeping a close breakout watch on advanced petrochemical and energy transition players. These companies stand to benefit from cheaper chemical feedstocks and structural shifts in domestic energy consumption. This structural divergence creates a clear path for institutional capital rotation away from pure commodity producers and toward high-value processors. Managing this risk is key to preserving capital in the coming cycles. The era of endless Chinese energy demand growth has officially reached its structural inflection point. Navigating this transition requires moving away from traditional sector allocations toward more targeted assets. For deep institutional insights, asset insulation assessments, and ongoing macro analysis, make sure to subscribe to SR Money News. Join our community of sophisticated investors as we continue to track these major structural global shifts. Let us know in the comments how you are positioning your portfolio for this shifting energy landscape, and we will see you in the next analysis.